What's up, guys? We've had a very chill day just because of the fact that I did film 2 videos yesterday, so I'm like, I could chill today and I'll just make a video combining today's footage and tomorrow's footage. But good news for the start of the video is the BMW is back on the road. I got a set of injectors from Works because I mentioned the ones that came with the turbo kit had cracked and the bodies were actually leaking. So BMW's back on the road. We'll do some driving with it later. And then Tommy's about to hook up the truck to the trailer because tomorrow we're cruising over to Tampa and we're finally picking up the Chaser. It's got all the new fabric done, the downpipe, manifold, turbos mounted, intercooler piping, exhaust. It's gonna be sick. A bunch of titanium goodies. That'll actually be in this video. But for now, we're gonna do some shop stuff to start off the day and then we'll pick up the car tomorrow morning early. Did some organization over here and have just been slowly cleaning up the shop. We got Schulman over here polishing my car that was previously sandpaper from overspray. Is there any panels that you haven't touched yet so I can literally let them hear the hood? Yeah. Yeah, listen to this. Hold on.
Let them do that. That one's done.
Listen. Listen how loud that is. Ooh, this is like icy. This is like frosty.
No, that's terrible. I can't say that.
Schulman with the ice. My first project for today though, I really want to work on making the S15 a more ideal street car since I don't really like using it for drifting anymore. So the first thing that it's going to need is a cup holder. So I have an idea, but it's going to involve a JZX100. Don't worry, Matt, I'm just kidding about the drifting. I'm going to keep driving it. Rumor has it that in Tommy's JZX100, there's a vent cup holder. Look at this, shirt's tucked in. Thing's sweet. I wonder if it'll clip to the S15 vents though. That's sick. But unfortunately, I don't really trust it in these vents. Seems like it would come out rather easily. Now, part of my arrangement with Schulman is it's like a ride-along exchange program. So for him coming out, I promised him he'd get a ride on the S15, which he hasn't been in yet.
I have not been in it.
Yeah, so we'll go take that on the track real quick.
Oh, really?
By that, I mean the road.
Yeah. Mexico.
Mexico. Yep. Adam LZ. Back with the Mexican Hoon cartel. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Schulman's so stoked! I swear I coded the car of the day. Look at this, look at this. 5x1! What's up, boys? It's coded! It's coded, boys! Look at that thing, bro! Look at that, look at that! It's so cool! We're going racing, boys! Boogity, 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 let's go racing! Schulman, what'd you think?
I can't explain it to you. Like, you took off, spun, as soon as it gripped up, it was like I literally couldn't breathe. Like, I've been in like fast cars, this thing's crazy. This thing's nuts.
It's a fast car.
It's
I think the more entertaining part that we should have filmed is us circling around this like very populated parking lot across from UCF.
The girl covered her ears and stuff.
Yeah, it's really tough to drive this car smoothly in a parking lot. I think it's harder to drive this car smoothly in a parking lot than it is to do like a proper run at the OSW Oval.
Really?
Without a doubt.
Seriously?
No, that's an exaggeration.
Okay.
Let's go get burgers. We actually wound up going to a place called Bento. That's like an Asian style restaurant. I'm actually very impressed. I've never been here before. Food's pretty good. Ironically, I don't know if any of you guys will recognize this place, but Bento is actually right in the same place where me and Robert used to live in the old days. So if you're an old subscriber, this is Plaza. That's that big stair set back there. That's a loud car that I don't like. It looks so cool back in here. Dang, dude. I want to take some photos.
I don't know why, but I'm sad. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Schulmanator got a nice Schulmanator shine on the good old Stang. Look at this boy. She hasn't looked this good in a while now, has she? I realize to this day, pretty much all my cars I own are really hard to get in and out of. So God forbid I ever do anything like hurt my back. It's gonna suck having to like roll out of every single car because it's either got buckets or a roll cage. But it's great. It's race car life. Look at all the wheels. Look at all the cars. Gonna go home now and edit up that track day video that you guys already saw. And then early tomorrow, me and Tommy are heading over to Tampa to go visit Odyssey Fab and pick up the Chaser. So, really excited. Did miss how this car sounds. It'd be cool though if I had a lightweight flywheel because it's just so slow to rev. It's Wednesday morning, around 11 a.m. I know that doesn't sound that early, but we had to leave pretty early to get to Tampa this early. All right, Tommy, early?
Yeah, I'm getting a massage right now, so.
Oh, are you? Is that why you got that weird face going on over there? I knew that something was up, but I wasn't sure. I was like, man, something's going on with this dude. So we're going over to Odyssey Fab. I've been in talks with Tyler, aka Fidel Cashflow, for quite some time now. I don't remember what it was. I think it was when I was looking for my RB manifold. He hit me up and he was like, yo, I can make you a manifold, but I was impatient Adam and I went and bought a used one that was already made because I wanted one like tomorrow. But it was a perfect opportunity that presented itself to work with a really, really legit fabricator on a project, the Chaser, that I have really high standards for. So I'm really excited to see what he put together. We got to work with some of the best stuff in the game, vibrant titanium, vibrant stainless, and he literally put together the whole package on this car. So in theory, when we get it, we should be able to get it all up and running pretty fast because everything's plumbed besides turbo lines and everything is all fabbed up. So I'm stoked. I'm stoked that we get to be JZX boys again.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I know. I'm gonna have to raise my car though so I can enjoy driving it because it's too low. Because it like scrapes on stuff. Tommy's like, no. I'm like, yeah. Tommy, you know what's going on, right? We're gonna have fun today. He laughed at my joke.
Yeah.
Tommy's came in clutch so I could get this video edited on the drive over here. Sleepy boy over here didn't get much sleep. So we're here now at Odyssey Fab, and this is Tyler.
What's going on?
Who I previously knew as Fidel Cashflow, so we're gonna refer to you as Fidel today.
Alright.
Alright, so give me the walk around, man. Show me the car.
Alright, so we started off with a complete turbo kit, V-band collector manifold, single 44 gate.
Let's pull this off so you can see a little bit better. So I told people that I wanted the best of the best on this car, and that's why I had you do everything. So walk us through kind of what you did here, where you started, how everything went down.
So we did a full 6-to-1 manifold V-band inlet for that G25 660.
It's gonna be hard for me to film everything, but we can always show some of your manifolds that are off the cars too.
For sure. So tile 44 gate, 3-inch downpipe, full 3-inch titanium exhaust. The whole 9.
Oh, I didn't even mention, so I think the last thing I said in the video is that I was doing the G25 550. Somewhere along the line, things escalated a little bit, and I was like, nah, let's do a 660 on this. So the cool thing is I have an extra 550 from my SR car. So what I want to do is basically get the data on this one, and then they should just interchange because the only difference is the size of the wheel, and just like literally compare, like overlay dynographs and see how the two different turbos respond on a stock 1J. So anyway though, everything fits super, super nice in here. He had an extra bung, so if I go standalone down the road, it will be very easy for me to just pop an O2 in there. If you notice, it's got a pretty cool flange on the actual manifold. It's water jet stainless, and it looks a bit thicker, so I imagine that would hold a little bit better to like warping and stuff.
For sure.
Cool. So he also made this little oil drain for us too. So as you know, with my R32, there's a lot of issues you get when you go top mount with heat, trying to prevent the lines from melting on the manifold. So having this little fitting down there, I'm just gonna bolt up like this, yeah?
Correct.
So this will kind of help direct things away and make life a lot easier for me and Alberto when we take this back and just have to do the turbo lines. But it came out really, really nice. Good fitment. From underneath, you can get a little better idea of the wastegate dump and the downpipe clearance. But the cool thing about this, where we went a little bit extra, if you guys remember, we did a full titanium exhaust on this. So I'm not a fabricator, obviously, but I do know that titanium is extremely hard to work with. What would you say, like, does it take a lot longer to actually weld titanium compared to stainless?
Only in the purging process. Actual, welding, not too much longer. It's just a pain to cut, a pain to sand, a pain to fabricate with. Can't get fingerprints on it. It doesn't really come out.
How was the vibrant stuff to work with?
It all came well prepped, ready to weld out of the box. All the manual bends were really nice. Everything about it worked out pretty well.
So one of the cool things that we decided to do on this, I can't remember if I went over it or not, but I thought it would be cool to have Tyler put a V-band right by the rear subframe, since some of the tracks that I was planning to drive do have sound regulations. So we actually have an interchangeable rear section. This is a super nice vibrant tie muffler. This whole system, what do you think like it weighs in compared to like a traditional stainless?
This is probably 15 pounds. I'm sure a full exhaust is 60 pounds.
So
pretty good weight savings.
Obviously we don't care about weight that much on this car, but it is kind of cool to, I mean, that's quite a bit of weight to save on a car like this.
Overall.
I'm sure I won't feel it on something like this, but it's cool to know, and it's going to sound sick.
Definitely.
I'm excited to hear it. So Tyler's the one that makes the subframe reinforcement plates that we got, if you remember the video that we did with Alberto when we welded all that up and then took that to go get powder coated. But the best thing is the other section we have for the rear muffler.
I noticed their V-bands are quick disconnect for the key bolt.
Oh yeah, so you don't have to like take it all the way out, it just unhooks. Yeah. Looks so cool. I'm so excited. Tyler had seen some of the stuff from Australia and saw that I was super hyped on the pie cut turn downs. So we've got our very first titanium pie cut turn down set up. So when we want to go just straight pipe on the JZX, we can. So for someone that doesn't really understand, how long did it take you to do this section?
Maybe an hour of welding.
You're pretty fast then.
Yeah. It's all fusion for that portion because it doesn't really, you know, it's not imperative.
I was about to say like, oh, it took him like 3 days to...
No, nothing like that.
All right, well maybe we should do it more often, huh? This is the 550 that Alberto had welded and is a direct replacement for my SR car. Look at that. I mean, obviously it's not the same exact location, but I think we should be able to just direct swap it and make that intercooler piping work. So we can just literally swap these around. Only difference is really the blade size. That's sick.
Definitely.
Really, really, really cool guys over here. I'm super hyped. Literally the nicest fabrication work to this day. Well, actually, I can't say that necessarily because the fabrication work on the S15 is really top tier too, but it's just really extra with all the titanium and like pie cuts and stuff, and I'm happy. But if you do have an Evo 10, Tyler makes really, really, really nice Evo 10 Sidewinder turbo kits. Definitely something worth checking out. I'll put a link to Odyssey Fab and his Instagram and his other work in the description if you want to check stuff out from him. But I'm super, super thankful and I'm super, super excited. And I hope you guys are excited too. In this same day, I think we're gonna go back home and try to get it plumbed up and get the car running so you can hear what it sounds like. But for video purposes, I have to end this video here. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are as excited as I am to have the Chaser back, see what it does, see what it sounds like, and I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully with a running Chaser. All right, later guys. When you say